Hi, Seth Greene here from the Financial Advisor Marketing Program, and we are on secret number 7 of these 7 secrets to highly effective financial advisor marketing. So what is secret number 7? Not taking no for an answer. That's right, being persistent. It's very, very important. Now, obviously, you learned it at the beginning of your career when you had to deal with the rejection of building a client base. And you may still be being persistent right now and dripping on those clients that haven't done what you told them to do, or dripping on those prospects who haven't become clients yet, and I applaud you for that. However, the type of taking no for an answer, that not taking no for an answer I'm talking about is a little bit different. I'm talking about when let's say, for example, when your manager tells you no, or your compliance department tells you no. Now, obviously, you want to be compliant and you want to stay within the rules. That's very, very important. However, what if, for example, you're submitting a marketing campaign for approval? A lot of times, depending on the firm, their compliance department, that it's easier, honestly, for them to say no than it is for them to work with you to approve it. So some of them, it seems, we feel as reps sometimes like they think their job is to say no, like their job is to be sales prevention. So what I will always suggest, obviously you want to stay compliant, but if your compliance department is telling you no in regards to a marketing campaign, like a letter or a postcard or an email or a website or something that you want to send out, I would, instead of just saying okay, you've got to think about the fact that they get paid by the hour, or they get paid a salary. They're not paid by how much material they approve. They're not paid by how much production you do. They don't get a percentage of your gross. Then they'd be incentivized to help you grow your business, and then the conversation might be a little bit different. So what you have to think about is, when they say no, you've got to be like my 4-year-old son, and you've got to think, why? You've got to ask why you're saying no, it's not approved. Okay, why not? And is that, in fact, FINRA rule? Show me the page in the FINRA Policies and Procedures Manual. Show me the actual rule that you think I'm violating. Show me where it says I can't do that. Because a lot of times what compliance departments might give you is their opinion. And the law leaves a lot of room for interpretation. So you might want to make sure that the interpretation is the correct one. You might want to make sure sometimes it's black and white. You might want to make sure that they're giving you the answer that perhaps you, how do you know unless you ask? You might actually, your campaign might be compliant. I once had someone in the compliance department tell me that they weren't approving a campaign. He wasn't approving a campaign because he didn't think it would work, and if he were a prospect, he wouldn't respond to it, and told me that that's why it wasn't a good idea. And I said, well, that's not FINRA rule. I'm not asking for your personal opinion. You're not my ideal prospect. I want you to tell me if it's legal or not. And it turned out the campaign I was doing was perfectly okay, and went through just fine. When I pushed, he just didn't want to approve it because he didn't like it. So you need to make sure that what they're giving you are actual facts and actual laws, and not just their own personal opinion. So you'd be surprised how many times the first time compliance push says no. If you push a little bit and ask why, you'll find out that you can do what you want. And you never would have gotten that approval, and you never would have gotten that campaign out the door and gotten the clients from it or the production if you hadn't pushed. Worst case scenario, they still say no. It doesn't hurt anything to ask, well, why are you saying no? What rule do you think that's violating? Can you show me where it is in the FINRA Policies and Procedures Manual so I can look for myself and see if, in fact, I agree with it? So make sure you don't take no for an answer, and right the first time. And I appreciate you staying tuned for all 7 of the secrets to highly effective financial advisor marketing. We talked about not being boring. We talked about not sending single-step marketing campaigns. We talked about not neglecting your clients, automating your contact. We talked about no cold prospecting. Don't cold prospect. We talked about qualifying lead generation. We talked about the proper way to do referral promotion. And we just talked about not taking no for an answer. So if you apply those all together, then do what you're supposed to do, then that will significantly increase your production, I promise you. And if you're looking for more campaigns, if you're looking for a way to get those marketing campaigns that follow all of those steps, done for you, provided for you, then you want to check out the Financial Advisor Marketing Program. There is a link below that will drive you to that. And then let me know, shoot me an email, Seth@marketdominationprogram.com, with your questions either about the program or about financial advisor business marketing in general. I'd be happy to help, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.